Now, from your perspective, what do you see that Marvell is doing that is differentiated?
I think I've been covering this company for about 4 or 5 years. It's a fascinating company. It's tiny compared to Intel, but man, they are innovative, they are flexible, they are quick to be able to react, and they're doing some amazing kinds of things. From my view, unlike the so-called look-aside general purpose alternative, the Marvell architecture is host server CPU agnostic and uniquely enables RAN. It also has software programmability based on open source industry standard interfaces, which is really important and also helps them work with all kinds of other vendor stuff. It also has software programmability based on open source, industry standard interfaces, and inline hardware acceleration that delivers feature, performance, and power parity compared to existing 5G networks, which are honestly absolutely critical requirements of mobile operators. And with a comprehensive set of inline 5G hardware accelerators, standard PCI server interfaces, and full Open RAN compliance, software developers can easily leverage Marvell's OCTEON Fusion silicon hardware, or for that matter, any data processor unit or DPU that's compliant with these standards without the need to know its detailed implementation. That is huge. Marvell doing this, it's huge because what that does is that makes these things easier to use, these components easier to plug in, these components more flexible in any use. That to me is incredible. And that's where a small company like Marvell can take those kinds of leadership roles. They juke when other companies are going the other way. I think that's a really big feature. Furthermore, the Marvell OCTEON Fusion vRAN accelerator in the form of a PCIe card, which is simple to install and use, is host server CPU agnostic, whether ARM or x86 based, and it's supported by multiple OEMs from both the RAN and server segments. Marvell is also working directly with hyperscale cloud customers on vRAN enablement. Bottom line, I just think Marvell's doing amazing things. There is no vRAN alternative that's as open and optimized and widely supported as the Marvell platform. I'm impressed with them so much. It uniquely enables cloud scalability, including integration of the largest cloud orchestration and management software platforms, as well as feature, performance, and power efficiency that is on par with today's most advanced 5G networks. They're really doing amazing things. We're going to be hearing a lot more from Marvell in 5G and many other aspects of technology over the next years.
Yeah, no, this is just great for the entire 5G ecosystem. Clearly, competition is driving at least the chip suppliers to up their game. And I think clearly Intel has gotten onto the inline acceleration bandwagon, for example. So those are all excellent points, Todd. I fully agree that Marvell is definitely making a huge difference in driving competition in the field. And again, I agree that the inline architecture just has those competitive advantages over what Intel was doing before with what was called the look-aside approach. And so now, operators or cloud providers, whoever else is implementing it, can simply take the SmartNIC capabilities and combine them with the COTS server hardware to gain these advantages. Now, with Intel on the inline bandwagon, with that new offering, again, the vRAN boost, the processing power and capabilities of market-wide inline architecture, I anticipate, will improve through silicon design advances. We just touched on them substantially, and also enable the chipset suppliers, including Marvell naturally, but certainly Qualcomm, AMD, and NVIDIA, as well as Intel today. Of note, now, Nokia is an example of a customer that is using the Marvell OCTEON silicon to augment its ReefShark chipset family across those applications, such as multi-RAN, as well as transport. And when I'm looking ahead, I see layer one processing, L1 processing demands increasing substantially due to higher radio capacity needs and the lower latency demands out there, and the concatenation from 5G standalone to 5G advanced down the road, and ultimately in terms of 6G, in terms of throughput, multi-sector macro cell base stations, microcell base stations, and for that matter, intelligent radio head environments. And go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but what I was thinking when you were talking just a minute ago is that Marvell is helping to push Intel to higher levels, and Intel is helping to push Marvell. The gaps that are there in the marketplace are where smaller companies can quickly come in and do things, but Intel's paying attention. I think this is good for the whole entire semiconductor marketplace because small companies help drive innovation, and the big companies realize it and see it, and they may not have started it. They didn't think it was a big enough niche for them, but then they realize that niche is big enough for everyone. So I think this is a really interesting marketplace right now.